Okay, look at what we have here. So, we have 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 eggs, half teaspoon of salt. Okay, then we're going to use dates. Okay, 1 cup of chopped dates and 1 cup of walnuts. What do you think we're going to make tonight? Hi, welcome back to my channel. So, we're going to do food for the gods. So, in making this, first you have to prepare your baking pan. So, you have to grease and flour. So, in grease and flour means you have to put first butter or margarine on the baking pan. So, this baking pan is um, 12 by 9 by 2 inches. Okay? So, you have to brush all over, okay, with margarine. And then, we'll put some flour. And then, we're going to shake it all over. So, be sure that you put flour on the baking pan so that our food for the gods will not stick to our pan. Okay? So, like this. Okay, for the next thing that we're going to prepare, so we have here 1 cup of dates. We're going to put a little flour and then, okay, mix so that it's easier to chop. Okay, we are going to chop our dates into small pieces. So, it's up to you how small you like for your dates. So, this food for the gods were prepared before by our ancestors. Why do you think it's called food for the gods? Well, maybe because the ingredients we're going to make for tonight's dish are special ingredients. Quite expensive though. So, it only happens that I have dates brought by my husband and then walnuts. So, I'm making this video while I still have some. Well, I'll still have the ingredients. Okay, so you have to chop the dates. We also have to chop the walnuts. So, it's up to you how big also you will chop the walnuts. So, mise en place is an essential part in baking. Okay? Okay, so first step, we have to cream 1 cup of butter. So, actually, the taste of your food for the gods depend also on the type of butter you're going to use. So, for now, I'm using Magnolia Gold, the salted type. Okay, so in baking, be sure that your butter is already in room temperature, so it's easier for you to cream. Okay, so I'll just use this one. Then add the sugar. In the recipe, it calls for 2 cups, but since I like it a little ay nako. Okay, so we are going to cream the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. So we're going to use this wire whisk. Okay, so it's easier for us to cream the butter and sugar. You can do it manually since we're only using or baking a small amount. Okay, so with this, we're going to add 1 egg at a time. Okay, until light and fluffy. Okay, one more. One of the very easy bar cookie we have in the market. Okay, it's very easy to make. But only a few make this because it's very hard now to get the ingredients. Okay, then with this, we're going to add little vanilla. Okay, just for some fragrance. And then, we can now add, it's soft and fluffy, we can now add a mixture of flour. Okay, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half teaspoon of salt. Okay, so this one is just using creaming method. Okay. Next, we are going to add, now we are ready to add the dates. Okay, just add the dates and the walnuts. As easy as that. Simple mixing. Okay. And then we are going to put this on that lined and greased and floured baking pan. Okay. So this is our batter for the food for the gods. Okay, I'm going to bake my food for the gods here in my smaller oven. And in my smaller oven, I have there a portable thermometer. So I put it inside the oven. So it should reach at least 300 degrees so we can put the food for the gods. By the way, we have to cut the food for the gods while it's still hot. Then we are going to put each square on a paper cup. Okay, so that they will not stick together. Isn't it amazing? Okay, we have to cut this food for the gods while still hot. Not very hot, just hot. So that it's easier to cut. We're going to cut it into 1 by 1 square. Okay. And then we are going to use paper cups. Okay, to separate each cookie. So here is our finished product. So what do we have here? Our finished product. Okay. So we slice it into one by one each bar. Then use a paper cup. Okay, and then you can pack it by 6 and sell it. Okay. So that's our food for the gods. I'm think of selling it. Oh.